Is it recording?
Um,
Yes, yes.
okay. Good evening, everyone, and very happy New Year to all of you, all our viewers. Hope it proves to be much better than what the last year was. We are here today to discuss, in our sixth session today, to discuss your submissions for our theme Emptiness, which ran from December 6th to 15th. And we, as you know, we all of our our curators have selected 2 images each from all the submissions that we have had, and today we are here to discuss out all the selections. Unfortunately, we don't have Suresh this time, but the rest of the admins are here. So let's begin. We are starting with an image by Ayanabha selected by Sriranj. So Sriranj, if you can start with this.
Yeah. So as the theme says, emptiness. I've gone through all the images, but I've selected 2 images, which has got one has got the direct literal meaning of the theme, and another one is this one. This one, the reason I selected is I find this like a sci-fi from a movie, a kind of a weirdness. There's a door open, and there's nobody there, and in that vast cityscape, for me, the emptiness is. I mean, the whole thing is it is without the people. Where is it door leading me to? So it's all very, very. I'm very curious to know what is going on in that door. Where is it going? How this door has opened? Is it a reflection or is it a part of a building in the opposite side? So in this vast cityscape, that empty road door which is open is what captivates me in this image. So this is my pick from Ayanawa Sil, and for me it's a brilliant way of seeing and capture.
Yeah, quite a good one. And structurally, it reminds me of one of Raghurai's frame. Structurally, though
Correct.
the topic is different. Okay. The next one also by Sriranj, an image by Amit Maulik. So Sriranj.
Yeah. This is, I normally don't shoot these kind of environmental portraits, but I really like environmental portraits too. Uh, Especially this one, it has got a lot of geometry, the circles of the fan, the person, his expression really tells us that under this COVID situation, or maybe he doesn't have much business going on. So with respect to the theme, I find that emptiness of maybe a lot of things going on with his life, with the income, with the less number of people. So all these factors really portrays me in this image, uh, and very well composed of inclusion of that frame as all the fans as a frame, and the person. Most importantly is the expression, the hands, gestures, everything is very important for me here. So it's a brilliant image by Amit Maulik.
Okay. Moving on, the next one is by Subhabrata Roy, selected by Jayati. So Jayati, over to you.
This image appears to be there's some kind of ritual going on for the departed soul. This is what I feel when I look at this image. There is, of course, a feeling of emptiness here for me, not necessarily loneliness. And what I like is that when somebody leaves us, the things that belong to that person, we really treasure them and we keep them with us to remind us of the person who had been with us. So that pair of glasses on the right hand side reminds me of that. And the most intriguing of the entire thing, usually in these kind of images, we see a photograph, framed photograph, but here it's on a mobile, it's a screen of a mobile phone. So overall, I like these small little things that Shubhabrata has captured in this frame. Overall, this gives me of when I look at it, there is a sense of emptiness. As I said, not necessarily loneliness. I like this.
The next one is also by Jayati as well as me. So Jayati, would you like to go with this? It's by Subrata Day.
Uh, I feel that this man, old man, who's sitting in front of his house, uh, the expression says a lot. I mean, the expression tells me the entire uh, gist of the entire image. There is a kind of hope. This is what I read into this. There is a kind of hopelessness, worry, anxiety, and this is also being complemented by the backdrop of this old house. And when I can connect the left hand side wall, the texture on the wall, with the skin texture of the man. And this tells me that this man has been a part and parcel of this house for years. And there is definitely a sense of emptiness here. Maybe he's worried about his future. Maybe he has nobody to look after him, or he's all alone in this house. But however, that door which is left ajar, that gives me a sense of hope for the man. Overall, a very well composed frame.
I agree. I have nothing too much more to add. Just that very powerful image for me. Black and white probably could have added a bit to it. One has to convert it and see what happens. But you have already described the texture of the wall, the expression, the person. I don't know if that I can't make out if it's the eye contact. Maybe, but the fact that he's looking at the camera or towards the camera, it's working better. So overall, for me, it's a very powerful and image and a very apt for the theme.
I have a
And his expression, just his lips moving down, bent downwards.
Yeah.
That says so much about what perhaps is going on in his mind.
I have a
I
very
like his
take
posture
this
also.
image, by the way.
What?
With due respect to all your choices, I have a very different. It's a very powerful image. In fact, Subrata has submitted it, I think, for a different theme also before.
Yes, correct.
I don't
Correct. We have
exactly
seen it
remember
before.
whether it was in Street, but the thing is, I don't find emptiness. He's lonely, of course. He's alone there. I'm still struggling to find out that emptiness in this picture. But what I'm trying to say, Ki, although it's a very powerful picture, very beautiful, fantastically done, light, composition, everything. But it's not emptiness. That's absolutely my personal feeling. I saw this image, but then I liked it very much. I commented, but I don't know, for the simple reason, a person or anybody, any subject sitting alone in a place is not emptiness. This is definitely solitude.
Correct.
Correct. I'm sorry. I mean, it's nothing to do.
No,
really,
that's your view. Absolutely, it has to be respected.
Absolutely,
And that's correct. That many people interpreted the theme as loneliness, which is different.
Yes.
That's correct. But yeah, that's the way you felt it. Yeah.
I'm nothing against. I mean, it's just my feeling that but standalone. Otherwise, if I go by the composition, color, texture, and everything, it's a beautiful image. In fact, many times when he submitted in various Facebook groups, I've seen this a couple of times before, and every time I gone back to the image, took a little while to look at it, and I really appreciated his effort every time. But for this emptiness, I'm not sure. I was not sure.
Okay.
So that's
Fair
my
enough.
There's a very fine line. I feel there's a very fine line between emptiness and loneliness. Here in this particular image, perhaps there is a kind of a little space which is overlapping. So some people see it as emptiness, some people see it as
Yes,
loneliness.
yes, very much. And this is the beauty of any artwork, basically how a viewer, find their own narrative in each of those compositions. So I'm absolutely fine with that.
Okay, let's move on. The next one is by Sarthak Banerjee, picked up by Moshumi. Yeah, Moshumi.
The moment I saw this image, I fell in love. It's a very simple image. I think Sarthak has taken it in a mobile or something like that. It really doesn't matter. I see there's an entire cityscape in front of her, in front of that lady. I don't know if this is a morning scene or an evening scene. When I say cityscape, I assume that there'll be people there, crowd, action, traffic, commotion, activities, and everything else that comes with it. But the lady is far away, lonely, and it looks as if she's unable to place herself in that scene in front of her, as if her own emptiness within is also working as deterrent to bridge that gap. How to be part of that city, whatever happening there. The water body in between the cityscape and the land she's placing herself, adding so much to the story. And it seems as if her circumstances has left her on that empty land, far from the maddening crowd. I love the orange tone on the sky and the tone on her clothes. A very, very simple image, yet bang on that canvas of emptiness, I believe. That's why I liked it. It's a lovely image. Simple, empty, and also contradictory at the same time, something in front of her which is full of people, action, and somewhere she's absolutely in contradiction. She's sitting, in an empty land with her emptiness all around. But I really loved it.
I actually like to think the way Maushami has narrated here, but for me, my problem is that the garbage over there is hitting me so badly that it's so distracting for me. So in this image, because the garbage is so big, same size of the lady, so it's really a distraction for me to come to such a narrative.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is from aesthetic point of view. If that was not there, I think it would have been, more clarity would have been better there.
Correct.
It would have been more clear with the subject and the storytelling. But it's okay. It's street, and there are unwanted elements all the time here and there. But in larger perspective, I think this goes very well with the emptiness, and in a contradictory way, in a scene which is contradictory in itself, at the same time tells you about emptiness as well.
Yeah.
And the second image is by
let's move on.
I think
second is by Sachin.
Sachin Savansia.
Yes, Moshe.
I love this image. In fact, I love those images which are not obvious or literal presentation of the theme, but referential and make you work around it in your mind to find your own narrative, which is also indicative of the theme that we are working on. So this is one of those images when the boy is drowning, his eyes are closed, limbs are not in action. You kind of experience a different level of emptiness here. Emptiness of your weight and existence, and you just float along. And I appreciate Sachin's effort here in visualizing a very ordinary scene and then correlating it with our theme of emptiness. Lovely, really, really beautiful image.
Okay, moving on. The next one is picked up by Somalia by Ankita Pal. So, Somalia, would you come in?
Yeah, so the theme emptiness is for me is something to feel. It's a theme is I was looking for images which makes me feel more at a psychological level. So I can associate with this image at a much more psychological level that a formal level. So it's formal association is not important for this theme, I believe. So I mean, it's important, but psychological association is more important as long as this theme is concerned for me. So yeah, at psychological level or emotional level, I can associate with this image with the theme emptiness. Of course, it looks like a photograph, someone who has passed away, and the sleepers and the space where she used to live, or she is no more. So this space is empty, devoid of the person, but still the presence is there. I mean, in different stuff. So yeah, so that way it's empty. And for me, I mean, so yeah, so it works, connects me at a very emotional level. So I find this image suitable and strong enough for the theme emptiness.
I also feel the black and white really helps you.
Yeah, black and white works here. I mean, the color, there
It's
is no
mood,
distraction
yeah.
here. So black and white definitely works for me here.
Absolutely, absolutely beautiful image. In fact, I really, I agree with what how Shomaila has just narrated the entire thing. Yes, something which has been left behind and left empty. It's absolutely emotional connection. Very well suited for the theme. Beautiful image.
Okay, moving on from here. Next one is also picked up by Somalia and is by Satyam. Somalia.
Yeah, I mean, the design of this image is also interesting, apart from the theme, the connectivity with the theme, the negative space, and in the foreground, that I don't know what is this, but something is there in the foreground, and window, and in that window someone is leaning, and the whole negative space around that person, probably it could be a mind space of that person, which is blank, which is devoid of color, devoid of anything. It is just a blank space, which is a space of his mind, could be, and his mind is empty. So that way I'm looking at it. And the design wise also, this is an interesting frame for me. Yeah.
It looks like how I saw it, as if this is the window of a hospital, that person is sitting and there getting treated, and split second, the other second you see this. Usually these stands are used to keep, saline and blood bottles in hospitals. So now it's empty, nothing is hanging out of it. It seems as if, it's gone. It's gone. It's empty now. That the relevance of those that stand is no more, because the person is in black, as if he's in past, and this stand is indicative of that he was here and then he is no more there.
Yeah,
I
I
see
mean,
it, it's
yeah,
something.
yeah. So, I mean,
The,
so
black, the
that's
blackness, the black background, and this window also indicates. That's how I see it, as if he's referring it to a past. It is not in the present. What is in the present is the stand, which is empty. Nothing is hanging out of that particular thing, and so that the present is empty, devoid of that man, which you can see like a frame, like a picture on a window pane.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your interpretation. I mean, that's another interesting thing about this image. Like, I was
Yes.
not able to really understand this image, so it puts a lot of question in my mind. What is this, and what the person is doing there,
I
and
love this
the
image.
environment. So the unpredictability and ambiguity of this situation is also, I mean, is
Absolutely.
interesting for me. I mean,
I
so it
really,
leads to
really like
multiple interpretation. It raises questions, and also that's a good thing, which keeps us questioning about the image and the situation of the person, where he's belong to, what he's thinking and all.
No, the problem was we had to select, we only can select 2 images. This was very much in my mind, and I really, really loved it.
Actually,
The
this was
more
in my mind as well, but since I was compiling, I could pick up something else. So that
and these 2 images, is so restrictive sometimes, it makes you feel ab kya
correct,
kare.
correct.
There are beautiful images by this, creative minds, and you want to talk about it. You really want
Exactly.
to
And
discuss and
the second one that
find
I
meaning in
picked up is perhaps one of those
it.
which structurally really appeals to me. It's
Yes.
quite an empty canvas, though it's full of objects or artifacts, but it's metaphorically this the face of a lady created by light and no other soul anywhere else. that attracts me a lot. And structurally, I really like this image very much, including its color, makes the composition, everything I like quite a lot. And it's working at only at a metaphorical sense, not really a real emptiness in that sense, but
And I love
metaphorically,
this. I love
it works for me. So I don't know whether you guys have any comment on it, but I always
No, no,
found this a very lovely frame.
it's not, it's very referential, it is metaphorical, it is not the literal presentation, but it has its own, character.
Correct.
And it goes very close to what emptiness is all about.
Yeah.
The corridors are empty, the balconies are empty,
Right.
windows are empty, the rooftop is empty. Yes. It could have been, Subrata is capable of doing very good work. And if you look at his submissions, I appreciate that you have chosen this. Otherwise, he had some wonderful submissions this time around as well.
Yeah. So that's all we had for this session. So if you guys don't have any other comments to make, we can end the session with this and then go on from there.
I'm
I'm done.
Yep.
I love selections, all of you. I mean, whatever. In fact, this couple of more images were there, but then our limitations were there, 2 images each, one of us. So,
Okay, then till the next time, thanks a lot to all of you, and wishing the viewers once again a very happy new year. Till the next time, then we stop here.
yes.
Thank you.
And
Bye-bye.
shooting
Thank you.